Hey there, pipers. Still drinking. Coming at you guys today with a bit of a shout out and a video response for a new YouTube pipe presenter, or new to me anyway. A little housekeeping. Smoking my Jesse Bone Lumberman. In it I'm smoking a bit of a Frankenstein blend. Take about a half a flake of Stonehaven and a quarter of a flake of Sam Mikowitz's Best Brown, and I break it up and pack that in my pipe. I think the combo is fantastic. It gives that sweet Stonehaven taste with a little bit more grassy Virginia from the Best Brown. Two very awesome blends. Anyway, the point of this fucking video, if I ever get to it, like I said, is a shout out to a new pipe presenter. And this gentleman resides in South Africa, and he goes by the name of Umfundise Thabo. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, this gentleman got a lot of interesting videos. I'll put a link to his channel below. Go and check him out. He's usually on his stoop, as he likes to call it. He's been smoking pipes since the late 70s, early 80s. So he's been doing it for a while. He's got some pretty interesting stuff. And you know me, I'm easily entertained. I like the accent he has. But on one of his last videos, he was talking about forming cake. And you know, he had seen that, you know, there's a lot of the methods where you fill a bowl a quart away, smoke it all the way down, fill it up halfway, smoke it all the way down, so on and so forth, to try and evenly build cake. And he was saying, you know, when he started back in the 70s, 80s, there was no YouTube and no way to really get other people's information except from other pipe smokers. And if, you know, you hadn't met any other pipe smoker, then he just kind of went by instinct, I guess. You know, he also talked about how some people put a little honey or something to kind of caramelize the bowl and to get it to the carbon, I guess, to stick. I really don't know what that honey does, but I think some people actually use that for their bowl coats and stuff, which I honestly don't like bowl coats. I like getting a naked bowl and kind of building the cake myself. I think it's part of the pleasure. And he was saying that, you know, going through all that trouble to remember if you smoked it a quarter way or a half way, you know, is a lot of trouble, and smoking a pipe should just be all about the pleasure. You know, and if you end up smoking your pipe a little bit too hot, put it down, let it cool off, and you can always come back to it. That's the awesome thing about pipe tobacco, is that it tastes fine, you know, when you're ready to come back to it if you have to step away for a bit. I think the kind of layering, you know, starting with a quarter of a bowl, so on and so forth, is a really good tip for beginners, for people that start out. I mean, of course, back in the day, you would light up a pipe and just smoke it all the way through, and maybe the first bowl you didn't smoke it all the way through, so on and so forth. The only reason I think that packing your bowl low when starting out, at least halfway, which I don't do all the time, but with experience I know to smoke my bowl to the end, because you want to get that carbon buildup at the bottom of your bowl as well. But you know, when you're starting out and you start trying out blends, and you know, if you start out with a big old pipe with a huge ass bowl and you try and smoke it and you get about a quarter way or halfway through it and you're just done, you know, you've been smoking for an hour, that same blend, because the bowl is so damn huge, you're done with it already, you dump it out. So I don't think you start forming the cake as well as you should. It should be something you enjoy, but there's a bunch of things that I enjoy while smoking a pipe, and you know, not just relaxing, but tending to my pipe, making sure I'm keeping the temperature right, not smoking it too fast, not smoking it too slow so that it goes out. But not only that, you know, I take pride now in building my cake and doing it right. I know what blends I like. I know what blends I can smoke an hour and have no problem. So those are the blends I would break my pipe in. You know, you get one of those user-friendly type blends. A lot of the over-the-counters, or what is another kind of no-brainer, like 1Q. It doesn't ghost your pipe, and it also is really easy to smoke because it's just so mellow. You know, if you're into Englishes, just find the mildest English you can. fill up your bowl and just make sure you smoke it to the bottom. But, you know, if you're trying a new blend and you want to try it out in your brand new pipe, I would say, you know, pack it a little bit less, just so that, you know, you don't have to stomach it all the way through. Because I like smoking to just the bitter end, as we called it many months ago. You know, you want to make sure you get that last bit of tobacco on the bottom there burning, and you know, thus you form a nice even cake. So I think Mr. Umfundise has a valid point where it should be more about enjoying your pipe. But for people who are just starting out, which is the people I would assume that would be searching for these, you know, how to smoke your pipe, how to build a cake, blah blah blah, would be the people that would benefit the most from filling their bowl halfway and smoking it down, just to make sure that they are actually getting some cake buildup down there, and they're not constantly just burning it halfway or 3/4, and next thing you'll know, you have a huge cake buildup on the top, and your bottom of the bowl is just, you know, nothing, absolutely nothing. I've had a bowl when I first started. I was smoking it for so long, and when I was with Aromatics, I would smoke about 3/4 of it, and it would just be too much for me. The dottle would be just disgusting, and I smoked it too fast, and it was just snap, crackle, popping, and it was gross. And I remember cleaning it out, and the very bottom of the bowl, once I wiped out the inside of my bowl, you could see it was still untouched briar. I had not smoked that far or far enough down to coat the bottom of the bowl. But I think both points are valid depending on your skill in pipe smoking. But again, like Mr. Umfundise had said, it should be all about the enjoyment of the pipe. You know, you shouldn't have to worry too much. Oh my God, I filled it. It's a brand new bowl. And if it's, you know, if you get a new pipe and it's a tobacco that you'd already tried and you know you're gonna smoke that sucker all the way down, fill it up to the top. Like I said, go check out my friend in South Africa. Give him a sub. Check out his videos. Make him feel welcome. And remember, stay smoky, my friends.